Okay. Now, as far as the physical fitness goes, you can see on video who's fitter and who's spending more time at gym and on cycle. So, you can, that points is taken care of. Having said that, let me come to my topic of ILM peeling. If we can, it's better avoided, especially in primary cases. So, yeah. So, let's see, look at the points which are in favor of ILM peeling in ERM cases. So it ensures complete removal of ERM. There is a significant reduction in recurrence of ERM formation. It appears to be a safe procedure and if done properly in atraumatic fashion. That if is very important here. And the surgical videos look really good as we just saw in Dr. Aditya's presentation. However, the videos of ERM removal as well can look nice. Here is a aspiration scraper that I made, and you can see the ERM is being peeled superficially without touching the retinal surface at all. You can just suck it off the retinal surface by scraping it off from the retinal surface, and there is no trauma whatsoever to the retina here. So coming to the, let's look at some literature. There is this is the summary of anatomical functional results of ERM and ILM, ERM and ILM studies, where it shows similar improvement in best corrected visual acuity and degree of metamorphosis in both groups. The recurrence of ERM is statistically insignificant in both groups. In fact, there is only one randomized control trial by Tranos et al., which has showed that there is 0% recurrence even if ERM is peeled alone. But ERM recurrence is reported between 20 and 0 to 21% of cases in ERM alone group, and 30% of these are only visually significant, meaning that only 30% require resurgery of all the patients who have undergone. Dr. Aditya has spoken about importance of ILM, and so has Dr. Shamik. So we all know it's a footplate of Muller cells. It is embryologically important for proper development of the neuroretinal structures, and there is embryological absence of ILM causes these end feet of neuroepithelial cells to retract from vitreal surface, which results in disorganized and abnormally thickened ganglion cells. But in adults, the removal doesn't seem to be affecting the structure or the visual function too much, supposedly. Let's look at the complications that can happen with ILM peeling. Intraocular dye toxicity, as Dr. Shamik has already talked about most of these things. The ICG, which is used commonly in US, we know it's toxic, but even the BBG dye, which is considered to be safe, is possibly toxicity has been reported if there is an accidental subretinal injection of the dye. Muller cell dysfunction leads to these Muller cells, they contribute to retinal homeostasis and formation of B wave ERG, and delayed implicit time and reduced B wave amplitude are shown in delayed recovery of focal macular ERG. So this is a picture showing on the left. This is in macular hole surgery. Here we can see the pictures on the left side are of where ILM was not peeled. We can see the recovery is much faster as compared to the pictures on the right side, where there is a delayed recovery after ILM peeling. So paracentral macular hole. This happens even after atraumatic ILM peeling. So the complications that I'm talking about are in perfectly good surgery where there is no complications done, no complication intraop and done by an experienced surgeon. Still, it can happen when there is atraumatic ILM peeling, it can be seen with any dye used, and happens because there is a trauma to Muller cells, which leads to loss of glial tissue supporting retinal structure, which in turn leads to retinal hole formation, which is usually paracentral. The microperimetry studies have shown that there is reduced retinal sensitivity in area of ILM peeling, and as a result, which can happen because direct damage to Muller cells, and it leaves paracentral microscotomas. Dissociated optic nerve fiber layer, which has been described by Tadayoni and later by other people with other names. It's basically arcuate retinal striae along with the optic nerve fibers. and they appear darker than surrounding region. It is associated with inner retinal thinning, which is important, and but may not be associated with any visual dysfunction. The similar phenomenon is named by Spade et al. As inner retinal dimpling and as concentric macular dark spots on ANFAS OCT by Alcabas et al. Retinal phototoxicity, which can happen because of prolonged exposure, photochemical changes because of the chromophores which are used, like ICG dye, and reactive oxygen species production, which leads to lipid peroxidation and cell membrane loss, and photomechanical damage because of trauma by the light pipe directly if the surgeon is not careful. So, in summary, peeling of ILM does not improve visual outcome. It may be associated with visually significant consequences like paracentral scotoma, paracentral macular holes, and ERG abnormalities. Patients who require repeat surgery are may not be significant numbers so as to justify peeling ILM in every single case of idiopathic ERM surgery. Thank you for your kind attention.